loss to Calhoun was just, it was kind of mind-blowing at the end of the year.
Losing to a district rival in any sport, any time of the year, regular season, playoffs especially, it gives you a little chip on your shoulder.
We wanted to look past it, but we also wanted to use it to light a fire under us and really get us going for the next season. Coming into this season, I think we knew from the start it was going to be a grind. We were going to have to really work if we wanted to succeed and do well.
We can't waste any time out here. Got to have a sense of urgency, right? We got big goals this year, man. We got to have a sense of urgency where that starts with our intensity in practice and making sure we're ramping it up a little bit every single day.
There's no time to be more urgent than your senior year because literally everything will be coming to an end.
Every game, every practice is just, it's going to be your last one. There's no like, oh, we'll get it next year. Or there's always next time. There won't be a next time. It's going to be the last for everything.
I actually thought about it a lot.
Obviously, there's a lot of emotions there.
Every game that we were out here on this turf, I looked around, I took it all in because I knew that my athletic career was over. This was it. This was all she wrote.
That stuff's hard, so we knew that every game we had to play it like it was our last, and that was a very big theme this year.
We had a lot of returning players. We had a returning all-county player, something that we very rarely ever had in the school.
Expectations were to win a playoff game.
People were talking about us being with the best ever in the history of the school.
First, we had our non-conference games, and those are really made to prepare us for the regular season. It's like more intense scrimmages, I would say.
Finally getting back into the game and getting used to the flow of the game.
We can see out what plays work, which plays don't work, which players fit better where.
I hope to see in the non-league schedule a team or two that you can easily take it to and have fun winning. And then I like to have a couple of challenging teams that the game's going to come down to the wire. We can get used to being situations like that.
The biggest thing to see would be room for growth. Obviously, nothing's going to be perfect or maybe not even be that good in the beginning of a season. But if you see potential, I think that's the biggest thing you want to see.
After having 2 games your senior year that just get canceled and delayed, you start to get anxious. You want to play a game. You want something to happen.
There's one thing to practice, and there's another thing to play a game against people who you don't know. The intensity is different, and that's where you really see how you're doing, especially in the beginning of a season. It verified all the work that we put in and that we were putting in before, everything leading up to that game, and it verified all of the things that our coaches were saying.
Put in a winning mindset for the rest of the team.
Pressure's off, you know, we got to win, and it's time to move on and get the next one. Don't stop, keep going. The lacrosse season's always a wacky one because you got the snow, a pile on the field that you have to shovel before you practice in the first couple of weeks.
It's a little tough, but it kind of brings the team together to know that we're playing on the snow. All of us are going through this stuff.
You got to fight through it. It's just part of the game.
Playing in the wind, it makes it harder for your calls to get out onto the field. You know, you got to get the whole team to echo it, because sometimes you can't hear things and you can't hear what your teammate right next to you is telling you.
In bad weather, whether it's rain or whether it's wind, something like that, as an athlete, it gets easily looked past because you're very in the moment and your energy's high. Everything about the game is intense, so you really just try to play your game as if it was the same.
It just becomes more of a visual game. Playing Wantagh for us I was excited. It's a huge game.
We all knew going in that Wantagh is a major powerhouse in the lacrosse field.
They're a town over. You're seeing those kids around that they're just better than us.
Our game against Wantagh was a statement game. Everyone thinks, oh, it's big bad Wantagh coming to Mepham's field.
This is an opportunity, like I said yesterday in practice, for us to put our face on the map a little bit, man. For people to say, Mepham's here. Like, we heard they're okay, but they just knocked off Wantagh, right? They're pretty good. They're for real, right? We have that chance today, man. Okay, like I can think of no better feeling than beating Wantagh today.
We played a great game. Obviously, some things didn't turn out as we thought they should have.
Oh my God!
Our fight and our competitiveness with a team of that caliber, I think it really helped bring out like great attitudes.
We made a statement. I think they left realizing that Mepham is no longer going to just bow down to them and lay back and let them roll over us.
Just the experience playing in that close game, thrill of it. It's just that eventually, like playing in a close game like that and losing, next time we're in a close game, we're going to end up with a win.
The way Conference B works is that the teams that we play, there's no weak links.
The top two teams are always going to be Manhasset and Garden City. They're just two powerhouses that will always be great.
You're competing against some of the best kids in the country, kids that are going to play for the best schools in the nation, college-wise. I mean, it's like any athlete's dream to compete against someone of that level.
Because we played in that league, we were guaranteed a playoff game.
I thought we deserved a little bit of a higher seed.
That's just another thing that we use as a spark to motivate us to do better, to work harder every day.
You have nothing to lose, so why not just give it all? The lowest points was Manhasset. Just at that point, lost 8 straight. It looked like nothing could go any worse. Just like, once this is going to be over for some people, but we knew we had to keep fighting.
I never gave up. I never gave up on this team. I don't think anyone did.
Whatever happened throughout this season, the one consistency I would say was how much each teammate cared about each other. I think we always had each other's back.
You gotta just always believe in your team and your teammates and trust your coaches, trust everything.
Walsh Field, the varsity.
That's it, man. Now we just gotta play better. Right now, just do a little bit better.
The second half, we played a lot better against Manhasset. We played with a purpose.
We really started working, and I think that's where our team clicked.
And that kind of moved over to the next 2 practices.
We knew that Friday night in Long Beach should be a major game.
The coaches told us that this is our playoff game. Obviously it was a regular season game, but we had to treat it as if it was a playoff game. So our work in those 2 days completely reflected that attitude.
We're a group of hardworking, tough individuals.
Be a momentum swing for the playoffs. Maybe we can win that one. Next one, who knows, maybe we still would have a chance playing on the turf, even though with a very poor start to the league play.
So as soon as I walked into the locker room, you could tell the whole aura about the team was different. Everybody was chanting, singing the songs.
You see everyone just up, ready, everyone's excited. It's just a different feeling.
You can just tell the urgency that we all had, knowing that this could be one of our last games. We're only guaranteed 3 more games.
We know what Long Beach brings. It's a hyped up crowd. It's always wild there. So I knew that our intensity had to match their intensity.
Playing under the lights in any sport just gives you an extra rush as an athlete if you didn't have enough already.
someone had the eye black, and Jack said to me, he's like, all right, I'm putting it on my right side. I was like, that's dope, let's do it. And I put it on my right side, and Matt came out, he put it on his right side, and then all of a sudden, people just started coming, and they put it on the right side.
And eventually led to the entire team putting it on.
You wouldn't think that something like eye black or a face painting would have an effect on a team, but it was something that all of us had, even the kids who hated eye black. All we wanted to do was be one team and be together.
We needed something to like connect us all, and that little strip of eye black on her eye did.
You could tell that when our team, with the talent that we had, when we were fired up, we're one of the best in the conference. There's just no doubt about it.
You had a feeling that it was going to be a special day.
Go boys! Let's go! Get it, boys! Yeah! Let's go!
It didn't affect our energy, it didn't affect our heart. We were still battling. We wanted this. We wanted this more than anything.
We never had any doubt in our mind. Going into overtime, there's a bunch of mixed feelings. There's always that nervousness, especially in lacrosse, because it only takes one goal to end the game.
Our approach is that we cannot make any mistakes. Long Beach, they are 2-0 in overtime this season, and they have had the experience of playing in overtime, and they have the motivation at their senior day under the lights at home.
We all huddled up before we went out there, and Jake said a few things to us, got us ready, got us going.
We showed we got the last second shot off, it didn't go in, but we showed that we have the momentum. We scored 2 straight goals.
We did not want to lose today. We had enough of it. This was it. No more.
All year, we work on riding, so we don't want the other team to clear the ball, so we have to defend their players. And I remember staying off my guy a little bit and then coming back right before the goalie threw it.
I see the goalie throw the ball. I see the pass is not a perfect pass, and I know Lop's able to make a play on it.
He's one of the players that will go 110% until the ball crosses midfield line. So the last whistle blows.
Ball goes on the ground, Lop picks it up, he starts running, he's running free one-on-one with the goalie.
Throughout the season, they'd be calling me the dirty work kid.
I had told them that very day, I said, I know you're going to score a garbage goal today. I know the dirty work goal is coming.
My goals, most of my plays come off of really scrappy things like turnovers and stuff that I really needed to hustle for. I'm not really a guy who can finesse a kid or like make him fall and score or something like that.
This win proved to us something that we all knew for a long time, that we were a good team. We were no joke.
No matter what hardships we went through throughout the season, we were still one unit and one family and one program that really wanted to just have fun and do well and succeed.
We had some great players, some great coaches. We were good, and this win cemented that for us. It was a statement win, and I think it let other people know that we were real.
Right side only on 3, here we go, 1, 2, 3. Right side only, yeah!
Today is our annual senior game where we're celebrating the class of 2018. I'd like to thank them and their parents for their 4 years of hard work and contributions to our program.
It's just crazy to think that after 12 years playing sports, all types of sports, in the town that I love, I grew up in, that it's all over after I'll never play another game on the turf as an athlete ever.
Walking out with them, who've been there with me the whole way, and just like not only my family, my real family, and my family on the field is just like a big motivator.
To have family there and to acknowledge all of the seniors and their family and all their hard work in our last season of any sport was really a big thing for us.
I did my football one, I did my swimming one, and now doing my last one, it kind of hit me hard. You know, I walked out and that was it, the last game on this turf. Going into MacArthur, you know, we all threw our right sides on.
We knew going to that game we win, and we have a high percentage chance to get a home playoff game.
Let's just move on from Long Beach, take all the positive things that just happened and keep our energy as we go into the game.
We were a different team now, you know, this was no losing streak team. Now we had a win streak, one, ready to get another.
After that loss, we did a good job of moving past that loss. That was definitely a game we thought that we could have won and we should have won, but you really can't harp on that stuff when you're going into the playoffs.
Once we were matched up with Cary, I was excited. I knew that going into the first time we played them, that we made a lot of mistakes and we could easily fix those mistakes.
I knew preseason that Cary was looked down upon. Going into there, though, they have a crazy fan base.
Going in the playoffs, knowing that this could very well be your last game as a Mepham Pirate is a big motivator. It's just like the thrill of wanting to win.
This is our last chance to go prove ourselves in the Mepham uniform. There's no second chance here. You go and you win, or you go home.
Towards the end, when you start to realize when you go down at 5 in the playoffs in the fourth quarter, realize that it's probably over. I mean, there's not much left.
As I saw those seconds taken away, I wanted nothing more than just to be like, stop and just stay on the field, look around and take it all in one more time, but that was it. The clock ran out, and so did my career.
Didn't really hit me until like the last few minutes when I look at the scoreboard and then I see some of the other players from the bench coming in. That's when it really hit me that it was frustrating knowing that the game was over last time putting on a Mepham uniform.
Very hard to look at one of my best friends and my goalie, and Mikey McCarthy, you know, crying because he's a pretty emotional guy, but when it comes to lacrosse, but off the field, he's not really like that. And to see one of the leaders on our team who's really helped me throughout the entire season kind of break down like that, it was very difficult for us. But as a team, we were all very upset, and you win as a team, you lose as a team.
We had high expectations, guys. We didn't meet them. But that's sports, guys, and that's life sometimes, too. You know, you have the best intentions and things don't go your way. You know, the only thing you can do is learn from it and, you know, move on to the next challenge in your life. For you guys who are seniors, you know, I appreciate the hell out of what you guys did, man, the last 2 years since I took over here.
Talks like that at the end of a season are always tough, especially coming from a guy like Zeke, who really, I have to say, is one of the best coaches that I think I've ever had, because he's really a genuine good person who will put himself on the line for you and does whatever he can to make sure that you become a better person and we become a better program.
You guys have mostly, you know, done everything I've asked you to do. You guys are great role models when you could have been, you know, pissy, you could have been, had bad attitude, you could have given up weeks ago. Okay, but you didn't, man. You came here every day and you kept grinding. And the result today sucks, man. It's not what we wanted, and it's not, for me, it's not what you guys deserve, man. Everybody, you know, it's not what you guys deserve, man. You know, we just had one of those years where a lot of things really didn't go our way. And that's, like I said, guys, that's going to happen in life for you, and that's going to happen in sports, man. It happens a lot. Okay, but, you know, like I said, from a personal note, guys, I really, you know, appreciate you know, what you guys did for me this year.
He was going through some really tough stuff, and he was still giving us 100%, and that's not something easy to do. And I appreciated him, and it made me appreciate him even more. And, you know, it's something that not every coach could do for his team. Being a Mepham Pirate is probably the most proud things of my life that I could say. I was always proud to wear my jersey to school, put it on for games. It brought a community of people together, you know. It doesn't matter if you're a softball player, a football player, we're all Mepham Pirates.
The season meant a lot to me, and it actually taught me a lot of great things that I could keep and move on with in my life. One of the main points being that hard work really does pay off.
Being on varsity for such a long time, I used to get rocked. Game in and game out, I used to get plowed. I was one of the smallest guys on the field. And so remembering that progression from becoming one of the guys looking up to being the guy that people look up to is just, it's different. And that's something I'm always going to take with me and remember.
A team that really was a unit. I mean, I don't know if you could, in my opinion, name another group of seniors that really were friends off the field like that. I mean, we hung out and we still hang out all the time, so I think what we had was definitely special.
Every single one of those seniors we played with on the lacrosse team is like a brother to me. I loved each and every one of them. I'll always remember playing lacrosse with them. I played lacrosse with some of them all my life. We grew up playing lacrosse, mini lacrosse, pool lacrosse, whatever it is. Lacrosse is kind of in our blood.
Family!